Capricorn, how's it going? This is going to be a collective message for the month of June for you. We're just going to kind of see what's going to come in for the rest of June for you. And if you feel like this message resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe as my channel is fairly new. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you're looking for a private reading, you can email me. My email will be in my bio or the description box. Let's see. What's coming through for Capricorn? What is the main message Capricorn needs to hear? Six of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, the Five of Cups, and the Six of Coins. I feel, Capricorn, a few things. Page of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so Capricorn, I feel like you have been in a position where you've just been kind of soul searching, trying to find what makes you happy. I do feel like some of you may be very depressed or struggle with depression. With the Five of Cups and the Moon, that really talks about that. It really talks about addressing those feelings and not pushing everything down all the time and just waiting for it to blow over, or buying things you don't need, Six of Coins, and then regretting it and, telling yourself, wow, I should not have spent that money. I needed that. With the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like you took a gamble on something. I don't know if maybe you invested in something, or if things have just been kind of all over the place for you. I feel like it's been very up and down. With the Six of Swords, though, it is your first card out, which is the strongest here laying out this reading. And so what this is talking about is, right now you're in a position of letting things go, that didn't work out for you, that really hurt you. Toxic relationships, friendships, workplaces, things like that. I feel like you're just releasing right now and moving into a better direction. I feel like if things have been all over the place for you, the Wheel of Fortune is here to remind you that since they've been bad, you do have luck on your side and things are going to change. But the problem here is that you tend to just kind of avoid feelings and just go out and do things, or indulge yourself into your hobbies without really addressing your emotions. Even though it's okay to do things when you're depressed, if you don't sit with those feelings and identify where they're coming from, that's where the problem is at. And I feel like you need to be asking for help, because you have people here that want to help you, that want to fill your cup, but you're kind of thinking that you don't. And I feel like you're just wallowing in that pain. So let's see. What does Capricorn need to know? Let's pull some oracle cards to get some insight as to what this is talking about. What does Capricorn need to know from this, Spirit? We have Cat, independence, solo, freedom. Claim your independence and create space between yourself and others. So maybe you do need to separate yourself from people and things that are not serving you at your highest good, right? The Cat is really telling you to have some sort of space between people and just kind of do your own thing right now. Don't let other people's opinion dictate how you're going to feel and what you should do. Then we have bathtub, self-care, recharge, cleanse, establish rituals that nurture your soul and clear your mind. So right now you just need to be doing things to love on you, things to help you feel better. Maybe take a bath even. I love taking a bath. That's how I recharge. And I'm a Capricorn, so this definitely makes sense. Then we have fish tank, auspicious property. The seeds you planted in the past are now ready to bring prosperity. So that to me feels like the Wheel of Fortune. The Six of Swords is leaving behind the things that didn't work. And if you're in a relationship, I feel like things are going to be moving in a much better direction. I feel like this person, if you are dealing with somebody, I feel like you've overgave in this relationship. You gave too much and you're starting to resent it. And so that's why I think you need to pull back and let that person come to you. Then you have fireplace, rebirth, creation, passion. For renewal to occur, something in your life must come to an end. So it looks like you might have to make a very important decision, Capricorn. You have jewelry box, treasure, valuable prize. Look beneath the surface in your life and you'll find treasure. At the bottom of the deck, trash can, no, discard, refuse, waste. It is better to walk away to make room for something better. So yeah, I really feel like you may be going through letting go of somebody and you're really unsure as to what to do. I think that you're feeling very in the dark about this person or this situation in general. So let's see what else is happening. Let's see. How does this person feel about Capricorn? Because now this feels a lot like something going on in a personal relationship. What is going on with this person? How do they feel about Capricorn? You have the Page of Wands. This person can be very immature, Capricorn. Page of Cups, Page of Wands, a lot of I'm sorries, a lot of things to get your attention, to apologize. This person doesn't do well with communicating, and you have to kind of like lower yourself to their level to try to communicate. And I feel like they tend to just ignore you or ignore your messages, ignore your calls. And you're just like, why won't you just talk to me? Like, I've apologized to you for my half on what I did. Why can't you just do the same for me? That's how this feels. With the Three of Swords, there has been some pain, there has been some heartbreak in this relationship. I feel like this person, though, tends to leave you in the dark and leave you guessing. And I feel like that's part of the problem. I feel like they're not very open with you when it comes to talking about feelings. Then you have the Sun. So I do think that things are going to turn around. The Sun and the Five of Wands. Four Wands at the bottom deck. This relationship requires a lot of work, Capricorn. I feel like right now you may be in a position with the moon here in the middle telling you, like, what do I do? You have to really listen to that intuition and listen to what that inner voice is trying to tell you. Do you want to continue down this path with this person? Does this person respect you? Do they value the same things that you do? Do you guys see eye to eye on problems, or is it constant fighting because of how much you give? Because it seems like you're asking for things and they're not really big deals, but you're getting to the point where it's like, okay, if you can't even offer me this, why do I even want to be with you? I feel like things are going to look up with this situation, but it's really a struggle for you, Capricorn. Like, this person just puts you in such a bad mood. They tend to be very egotistical as well. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio. So far, those are the main signs that I'm getting. Okay. What's in the near future regarding this connection with Capricorn and their person? We have the Chariot, overcoming obstacles, the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Cups. I feel like you guys tend to, this is a roller coaster, man. This is a roller coaster relationship. You have to, like, Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck, you have to really ask yourself, do I really wish to be in this type of relationship, or do I want a different type of relationship? The Chariot to the Nine of Swords indicates that you guys will overcome these obstacles and you'll overcome things and move things into a calmer direction. But I feel like you're always anticipating the next fight or the next disagreement, or are they going to cheat on you? I feel like this person has had the tendency to have a wandering eye or has cheated, and I feel like that's lingering in the back of your mind as well. I feel like this is like a past issue that is resurfaced, and I feel like this person has a tendency to either like things on Instagram or on social media in general, or you caught them saying something to someone on the phone or talking to an ex or something like that, and now they feel called out. So with the Page of Swords, I feel like you saw something and it's left you confused, or that's what's coming up in the future. I feel like there's just been a lot of confusion regarding this. So let's see what your advice is. What is Capricorn's advice regarding the situation? You have the Ace of Swords. You got to be clear. You got to be clear about what you want and speak from the heart. Speak from how you feel. Five of Swords, it may lead to some sort of conflict, but you need to be the bigger person. If you start to feel like this person is just, not being the greatest towards you, this person is just starting fights, or it's tit for tat, or they say, well, remember that one time you did this to me, or, if they're physically abusive, anything like that, I feel like you need to walk away, separate yourself, because your advice with the Five of Swords and the Death, I don't feel like there's going to be any change if you just keep going around in circles with this person. And it really seems like that. This feels like a roller coaster relationship. Does this Death card means that Capricorn should let them go? Or will they change? Three of Coins, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. I feel, because King of Swords could be Capricorn, Knight of Wands, though, I feel this person just lacks maturity. I feel like you guys, again, the cards are just repeating. It seems a lot like this person and you tend to figure things out, but you might need some counseling or therapy because it just really seems like there may be some sort of past trauma with this person regarding relationships. And I feel like you're starting to develop a trust issue. So it's not impossible that you guys can't fix this. It's just saying that it's going to take a lot of work. And do you want to invest that much more time and energy into this relationship? Let's see what the oracle cards have to say. We have online, looking for love online, online connection. I feel like this person was looking online. I feel like you probably caught them on some sort of social media. Yep, it was probably something risky they were doing. But this also talks about love that involves great risk, taking chances, leap of faith, playing with fire, a lot at stake, facing fears and gambling. And then we have ghosting, not ready to communicate. So again, that's that person ignoring your phone calls and messages, the Page of Wands. Oh my lord. Rebuilding, start over, and build stronger. Ascending, starting a new chapter in love, learning, new phase in love, transcending obstacles, preparing for union and marriage. Wedding bells are ringing, commitment, promise, next level. So I feel, let's see what the common denominator is in this problem. Like, what is the actual issue between Capricorn and this person that they're with? What is the core issue to their problems? The Seven of Wands, guardedness, defensiveness, the Hermit, and the Fool. Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Somebody here is not doing the work. The core issue here in the relationship, I would say, is Seven of Wands, so boundaries. I would say that you need to establish strong boundaries in order for this to work, because I do feel like you guys will rebuild and work things out, and you guys will come back together if you haven't been talking. But Seven of Wands to the Hermit, you need to sit with yourself and think of what they've done to you in the past that hasn't worked for you and hasn't really made you feel good, because I feel like they've crossed the line on certain things that you strongly stand your ground on, and they've pushed those boundaries a lot because they've acted like the fool. They just don't think of it, or they don't think that, how is this going to affect Capricorn? They think of how much fun am I going to have, or what am I going to do next? And it's very spontaneous. So I feel like that's the main issue that needs to be addressed. I do feel like this person has a fun, loving, caring type of attitude, but for the most part, they seem very brash and they seem very impulsive. So again, it's really giving some sort of fire sign: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm getting Leo now. Um, so if you guys can just talk about your differences and what your boundaries are moving forward in the relationship, and just taking some time alone and separating to see, like, if that helps the relationship, I feel like you may need that. I feel like then a new beginning will come. So if I hope this reading helped for you, Capricorn. If you feel like it did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.